losses, mark the word significant losses, for the year under audit. Whereas the net loss from the previous financial year has reduced by 26.5%. It remains a matter of concern and grave concern to us that we continue making losses, and the losses we are making are in billions of money. I think this time the losses we made are to the tune of 237.8 billion. And one, tell us why we are making losses. Two, efforts in place. Three, how can we be of assistance? Four, are you the problem? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask something? The other side. But an airline is not like a supermarket. So this company itself should be able to tell us when were they supposed to make profit, because you have sunk in capital, you have sunk in a lot of money. At what time were you supposed to make profit? That's very important, Mr. Chairman. Secondly, did Uganda invest in the airline to look at cash returns, or there are some other benefits? And
you overruled on that.
So what contribution do they make to the economy also is very important.
Yeah, the contribution to the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where the question is coming from, but the first is you made a disclaimer. And now for those of us who studied disclaimers in depth, they do not take away liability.
Because
they do not extinguish liability.
We are looking at loss.
They limit liability. They are not extinguishing clauses. They are exemption clauses.
Okay.
So let her answer my questions.
Thank you.
Yours may wait. Thank you. Please answer.
Period of the financial year 23-24. Chair, we note that the loss was also significantly reduced. And you asked a very pertinent question: what did we do and what can we do? And you also asked a question on how can you help, or whether we are the problem. So I'm going to answer them concurrently, Chair. Chair, the largest contributor to our losses is highly fuel costs, followed in this financial year, followed by depreciation, and then what we call crew allowances. These have had a significant impact on our operational performance. Chair, mark my words, I said largest contributor. Now, the other costs we have, we put them in two tranches. We have direct costs and we have indirect costs. So you asked a question, or the honorable members asked, when the government has put in a lot of money, we have losses. And Chair, the things we are doing internally, and which significantly brought down the cost, the losses, is we are working hard to manage our costs. We're renegotiating contracts. When the contracts come to an end and we have done a bidding process, we make sure that we negotiate them to the bone and look at any clauses that are contentious that can help the airline be able to manage.
Like which ones have you negotiated that have reduced our costs, or that are likely to reduce our costs? And here we're asking for particular terms and specifics. What I want to hear is this: we were buying fuel from company X, Sibambi Limited, at a cost of 5,000. When we went to Mwijushe Uganda Limited or Isinjiro Limited, we
mentioning our spare parts.
Okay.
Yeah. We have companies that have been providing spare parts for the different aircraft types. Now, one of our suppliers, Lufthansa Technique, has been providing us spare parts for the CRJs. But they have now informed us they will not continue to support the CRJ as an aircraft. And that means we had to go back into the market and look for companies that can support that aircraft. And Chair, we have noticed a significant reduction. One of the companies we've approached is an American company, which has given us a significant reduction, will give us of about $100,000 a month. Because with Lufthansa and other spare part suppliers, we have to pay a monthly retainer. So this will enable us not to have...
Retainer.
Yes, sir.
For colleagues, retainer means that for you to be there ready to support us, we are paying you this much, irrespective of whether you supply or not. I hope my understanding is correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's one of them, sir.
Before that, you know, it started from fuel. Would you be in a position to tell us, have you negotiated and come to conclusion, or you're still negotiating?
Chair, we will answer that in two-pronged, right?
Yes.
So let me first conclude on the matter
Okay.
of the different mitigation measures.
Mitigation or leakages?
No, mitigation to manage our costs in order to reduce our loss.
Yes, mitigation comes with the leakage, where the leakage is coming from and the mitigation.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah.
Okay, sir. Honorable, one of the other strategies we've had is self-handling. Uganda Airlines, when we started in 2019, we were using other suppliers. We had Enhance at the time, and now and DAS, and then at one point we also worked with Menzies. We still do on the cargo side, but we since started our own self-handling project. So we were able to save some money, about $250,000, roundabout, because we were paying for equipment hire, a lot of things, but at a bulk in a big way.
That is by employing your own people to do
We
that.
employed our own people, we have our own equipment, so we manage our own processes, Chair.
Does that take into account the other associated costs like insurance, pension, gratuity, eventually, workers' compensation? Do you take into account all that?
Yes, we do, sir. So really, what happens with these handling companies? You're charged if you delay, you're charged if you make changes to your schedule, you're charged for every little thing. Now, because we're handling ourselves, we get to absorb some of these charges that would have come to us, Chair.
Okay.
The other one is what we call AMO. AMO is the Approved Maintenance Organization. It's like it's a project where we handle our own aircraft in terms of maintenance. So we have a team of engineers. Some of them have come back. They are Ugandans. Most of them have returned back home, and we work on the CRJ. They maintain the CRJ. And in the past, Chair, we had SAMCO. SAMCO was a supplier that was handling our CRJ maintenance. When the contract ended, we took it on and got approval from CAA. Chair, we saved about 2 million euros annually from that process. So, Chair, this gives you an idea that we are working hard to manage our losses, Chair. You asked a question. When do we expect to make profit?
No, before that,
You asked.
yeah, yes, Honorable President asked that question.
Why the losses?
Why the losses? is
That
the
I've
question.
explained in the costs.
Partly,
Now, the other
yes,
costs
but
we
tell
have.
me about the CRJs.
Yes, sir.
And their spares and maintenance.
Yes, sir.
What is the trouble with dealing with the manufacturer? And probably the people who negotiated the purchase.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't we have catered for that in the negotiations? I mean, maintenance, supply of spares, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Are there still a production of CRJs globally?
Thank you, Honorable, for your question. To answer the last part, no. The CRJ is no longer in production. And Bombardier sold to Mitsubishi everything to do with CRJ. And indeed, you've asked an interesting question that, yes, we do have challenges with these spares. And the challenges come in the fact that the global market is undergoing supply chain challenges. For example, there's a new phenomenon that we call hoarding. It's known mostly in fuel or if you're having economic issues. So these spare parts are hoarded. And we have processes internally to be able to release, for example, what we call an AOG is an aircraft on ground, has specific timelines it should be on ground. Depending on whether you'll be able to find the spare part or if the team has also been able to troubleshoot and find out the problem within that time frame, then you don't need to involve external. So under normal circumstances, it should be at least 72 hours, normal circumstances. So that means you're also able to get the spare part either in your store or you order for it from the creditors that you have, the people that have credit, that like, for example, Lufthansa, for example.
Those you have retained?
Yes, those you have retained. Sometimes, Chair, we find that we don't have, those spare parts are not available because they are hoarded. And by the time you process the monies the price has gone up because someone else has picked it up. So yes, we do have a challenge with spare parts, and it's a huge challenge, and especially
Did
when...
you participate in the sourcing for these aircrafts?
No, Chair, we didn't.
Who participated in the negotiations, I mean in the procurement?
Chair, there was
because if there is no production globally now, it means that, yes, there is a problem with the team that negotiated or that procured.
Chair, thank you for your question. Business implementation plan that was drafted and developed by a task force that was put together to set up the airline with the support of NPA. And this task force had pilots, had engineers, technical people.
I want to speak like any other ordinary Ugandan who asks a question.
Yeah.
How do you go on the market, get me something, and a few years later, you tell me there is no production? Because once there is no production, it means one, that I will not have spares. Two, I'll acquire them expensively. Three, I'll get used spares. And you know how sensitive that can be to the industry.
Chair, your comments are our sentiments.
They are your sentiments as well.
Yes, sir.
You see where I'm coming from, colleagues? And please pause there, because it's something we need to interrogate. Honorable Mizuche?
About why losses. But, Chair, I should have said that I'm a shadow minister for Works and Transport. And I've had many reports in regard to losses. For example, I have heard that there is ticket price manipulation. I have heard. I've also heard about ticket fare tampering.
No, you're going into tickets.
No, I'm just giving an example. You asked why losses. And the answer she gave really is not satisfactory. Because
no, at the time you came in, we were following up a matter of the availability or otherwise of spares. Would you pause a bit? We conclude this. We'll come back.
I heard the team leader saying that none of them was part of the team that did the procurement. And Mr. Chairman, our constitution is very clear. Matters of accountability, even if the person has seized office, he can still be called to account, Mr. Chairman. So through you can we know the team that participated in the procurement, and if need be chairman, use your powers in Article 90 to summon whoever was in charge to come and account. Thank you, Mr.
I
Chairman.
have guided before that I will not summon ramifications. Okay.
Maybe, Chair, in addition, who was in charge? Because the records must be in office.
Tell us from your records who.
Chair, at the time, the CEO of the company was Ephraim Bagenda.
Bagenda.
Yes, Ephraim Bagenda. But the task force also had a technical team that was assigned to the airline. Some of these individuals are no longer in the country. Some of them are working with us. So the CEO at the time was Ephraim Bagenda, and the technical
Task force.
Yes, of the task force, and then later CEO of the airline. Then the technical advisor was Conwell Mulea.
Who?
Conwell Mulea.
Conwell, oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Chair.
That was all.
There were the other members of the task force. Chair, I would have to get you a whole list.
Please send us a list.
Okay.
Today is Thursday, by close of business tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Proceed with the other questions. Difficulty in spare parts.
Thank you, Chair, for your question. One of the discussions that we are having as a management team and about to have with our board, because we have a fleet team. That fleet team discusses the future of these. When we benchmark our partners or competitors or fellow airlines that have the same type of aircraft, they are phasing them out at 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years. So most of them have come to the 11th year in those neighboring countries. And ours is coming since 2017. We're still within. I want to also say that it's a plan that fits the short regional routes. Yeah. So we are finding it a bit of a challenge to find something that fits, because 75-seater jet is fast enough and
stable.
And stable too. So it's a conversation we're having internally, and based on what I've said, what our neighbors are doing, 10 years. So we are looking at the same
10
range.
years, would you have recouped the money we injected?
Chair, not likely.
Sorry?
Not likely.
Not likely.
Yeah.
So by
Chair,
the time we phase them out, we would not have recovered our money.
No, Chair, what I explained to you,
Yes.
the routes that this aircraft operates. It does Nairobi, the routes that are under 4 hours.
I know, I have taken,
You've taken it.
quite a number
Beautiful.
of them.
So what that means is that for it to be able to recoup, it has to do frequencies that are much higher. And we've been trying to do that. But we've also noticed that the more we push it, the more it starts to get like your car.
Actually, you accelerate the depreciation.
Yes.
That's the word.
That's the word.
So for that reason, we will not recover. Honorable Mzale on that?
Costs, direct costs are 523 billion. If you do some small mathematics of subtraction, you'll find there is a difference of 174 billion in terms of loss. 174 billion in terms of loss. Mr. Chairman, when you come back to our query number 1, which is 1.1, they have shown that the net loss is 237. So one is that perhaps we need an explanation in terms of variance between this figure, which is the net loss, which is 237, away from 100.
I think we will get there. Let her exhaust these ones that we started with, then that is more substantive on its own.
Okay, sir.
Proceed, ma'am. Please proceed with what you were answering before.
We have a fleet team that handles that fleet plan. And when a simulation was done on the type of aircraft, that's when we came up with, the team came up with the mid-range. The mid-range. So the mid-range will support that operation, although they'll be slightly big. So we'll have to do a lot of internal stimulation to be able to get at least more than 120 passengers.
In addition?
Yes. The mid-range range from about 120? 100?
The mid-range is from 120 to 160.
Yeah, about that much. So if you notice, the CRJ does 75. Then when we have put A3, the Airbus on the route, we usually manage to stimulate the market to about 110. About 110. I'm using Nairobi as an example. If I use Juba, maybe 100. Yeah, so that's the closest we can come to the CRJ, slightly closest.
Well, I guess for 5-10 years we should be doing more than we are doing.
We believe so, Chair. One of the things that I did not mention was that with the growth of the expansion of the network, we've managed to stimulate connections for people to connect from one route to the other.
Yes.
When we were launching Lusaka Harare, the plan was launch those two routes first in anticipation for London. So how we launch the long haul is driven by what we launch on the regional, because the regional feeds the long haul. So I believe in 10 years, the airline will have grown to a point that we are connecting within this network to actually increase the numbers to more than 110. So that's why the team deemed it fit, based on the specifics and an analysis, to go with the mid-range.
Okay. Thank you. I think now we can go to